Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and today I took up another challenge. As many of you are probably very familiar by now, I like to do these terrible weapon challenge videos where I will go C4 only, EOD bot only, I'll use a particular weapon with a terrible combination of attachments, and then I will see if I can do well with it, see if I can go on some kill streaks. And today I have used the Defibrillators. This has been a request pretty much since the very beginning that I've started this series, but I've always been very reluctant to do so. I knew that if you try to kill someone with these, they're not very reliable. Sometimes you will kill your enemy instantaneously, which is awesome, but more often than not, you can just stick your shock paddles into someone's face for about 10 seconds, and it won't do anything, and then they'll notice you there, and they'll turn around and punch you in the face. And so I was reluctant to do this challenge because I honestly thought it was going to be kind of a nightmare. So the first way I tried to tackle this was I knew I needed to try and find enemies that were camping. Camping enemies usually don't really know what's going on around them, and if I could get behind them, I could have enough time to go through the 10 seconds that it would probably take for me to kill them, and then finally get some footage. And so that's the first way I approached it, and I would join the capture the flag maps. Usually, if you're playing on a 64-man server, or even if you're probably playing on consoles, there's probably at least some sniper or some bipod user up in the hills, especially if you're like on Operation Riverside, who is defending the flag, and all they're doing is staring at the flag, trying to wait for someone to come by. And so I would be a sneaky little assassin. I would try to get up behind them. I would wait in the bushes for a while until one of the snipers would set up, and then try to kill them. And that, at first, I was fairly successful with that. I kind of felt like a little silent assassin, so that was a lot of fun. But then I would notice there were also times when I would kill my target instantaneously. I would go directly behind them, click the button, and then they would just simply fall over and die. And it was faster than if you used the knife. And so then I thought, well, maybe I can jump onto the close quarter DLCs, kind of try to use the terrain to my advantage and get behind people and see if luck is on my side and go on some kill streaks. And there were some times where I was very successful with that. I would go, I think I won like a 3 kill streak, like back to back to back. It was phenomenal. I could not believe it happened. But then there were also times where I would sit behind an enemy and try to shock paddle them for a couple of seconds. They would get smart. They would kind of turn around and then pump my face full of bullets, or their buddy would turn around and kill me as well. And so it was basically just a massive coin flip at that point. I did go online to see if there were any tips on how to make this thing more reliable and to make it more effective. But kind of the general consensus that I got was that no. I mean, maybe there were some things that you could do, like lying prone next to a prone enemy was one way. Another way was to aim for the upper neck. But it just overall, this is not reliable. This is not something that you're going to want to use on a regular basis. And basically, it's just a very, very humiliating way at taking out your target. But the one thing that I really liked about this, though, was that if you were successful in taking out your target with these bad boys, your soldier would say some very colorful things. And it was nice that DICE put this in there, because no one runs around with these things to take people out, and no one is hardly ever going to hear these. But DICE put them in there anyways. They had their voice actors say a bunch of lines. I don't know how many it is, but it was just kind of a nice little treat to this challenge. But in general, this was a hard challenge, but surprisingly, it wasn't as hard as I initially thought it would be. And I think that's simply because I've used every single weapon, I think, that requires you to get up close and personal to kill them. I mean, I've done knife only, I used the repair tool, mines, C4, I've literally done it all where you need to get like directly behind your target to take them out, and so I've kind of learned the tricks of the trade. I know what maps to play on, I know what I need to look for, I understand how to be that silent little assassin to get up and close and personal and to get behind my targets. So while it was challenging, and it really just came down to the fact that it was a massive coin flip on if I was going to kill them or not, it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have a terrible weapon setup that you would like me to try next, let me know down below in the comments section, and also make sure to thumbs up the ones you would also like me to try. But until tomorrow, guys, have a good one and take it easy.